Sit down, shut up, and let's start adulting. I'm gonna make you an investor in under 10 minutes. And yes, we're gonna skip through all the boring, complex BS, and we're gonna break down investing in the simplest way possible, in a way that even a fifth grader can understand it. Are you ready? Let's go. You only need 3 accounts to call yourself a real investor: a Roth IRA, HSA, and a 401k. Now, if you're able to open all 3 accounts, great, do it. Some of you may be only eligible to open a Roth IRA and a 401k, and others, you might only be able to open an HSA or a Roth IRA. It doesn't matter. Open whichever account you can. Now, all of you over the age of 18 with a steady job and a steady paycheck can open up a Roth IRA. So let's start there. Now, you don't need to bury down all the detail of what a Roth IRA really is and why it's important. You just have to know it's a retirement account. Now, everybody gets stuck with all the minutia, all the minor details. They try to do the research and figure out what is the best strategy, and then they get overwhelmed and they end up doing nothing. So let's just skip all that BS and get straight to start taking action. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna open a Roth IRA with either Fidelity, Vanguard, or Charles Schwab. Pick one. Now, you can contribute $584 a month from your checking account into this Roth IRA account every single month consistently for 12 months. And by the end of the year, you have contributed $7,000 into this account. And that's the max contribution for 2024. And once the money is in this Roth IRA account, and let's say Fidelity, then you're gonna buy what's called an index fund. You don't really need to understand the complexity of stocks, bonds, ETFs, and index funds right now. That's just gonna confuse you, and we really don't wanna overcomplicate this process. So we're gonna do something very simple, very basic. You're gonna buy a fund that is safe and that is proven to work for decades and decades. This fund is called the S&P 500. Yes, the S&P 500 is a safe, reliable, low-cost, broad-based index fund. Now, you have to buy this S&P 500 index fund with that $7,000 you contributed into your Roth IRA account. Now, the name of this fund will vary depending on who you bank with. It's going to be different for Vanguard, for Charles Schwab, or Fidelity. For Vanguard, this S&P 500, they have a very specific ticker symbol. The symbol is VFIAX. For Fidelity is FXIAX, and for Schwab is SWPPX. And yes, it's all the same fund. They all track S&P 500. It's just a different ticker symbol. Now, for example, if you bank with Fidelity and you want to buy this fund, the FXAIX, that's really all you have to do. Just buy it. You automate the process so that every single month, when you contribute $584 a month from your checking account into this fund, it will be automated, meaning they will buy this fund for you, the FXIAX for you. And done. That is it. You're a real investor now. And honestly, you never have to look at this account ever again because it's purely an automation. You put money into this account, you buy the fund, you hold it until you're 65 years old, and ta-da, by that time when you open that account, you are a lot richer than you are today. Millions of dollars richer. This is what we call the buy and hold method. And it's a strategy that's proven to work and to build tons of millionaires at retirement. Now, if you want all of this information in writing in a guide, then you can download my free Investing 101 guide for PAs. Well, I know I say it's for PAs, but anyone can read this guide and apply all the strategies here. And I would say this guide is more geared towards people who earn a 6-figure income with a high amount of student loan debt. But even if you don't have a 6-figure income or you don't have any debt, you can apply all the strategies. It's all the same. Just click the link below and get instant access right now. Let's move on to your HSA, Health Savings Account, one of my most favorite accounts of all. You can only open this account if your employer offers a high deductible insurance plan. Now, if you have an employer and you are enrolled in this high deductible insurance plan, then you can invest $345 a month into this account every month consistently. But that's assuming that you are single and you have no kids. But if you're married like me and you have kids and a family, you can contribute as much as $691. Again, this is just like a Roth IRA account. You put money in from your paycheck and you can buy funds. For example, the S&P 500, same ticker symbol, but just depends on whether you bank with Fidelity, Schwab, or Vanguard. And that's it. Same process. You automate the process so that every single month your paycheck goes into this HS account and then you buy the funds. But here's the thing that nobody tells you. If you don't want to spend this money on medical expenses, you don't have to. And I would suggest that you don't do that. What you want to do instead is use this account as an investment account. Trust me on this. If you want me to go into more detail about the HSA and all the benefits, I can go in much depth. But because this video is for newbie investors, we're going to keep it as simple as possible. But DM me below, comment below, let me know if you want more explanation on this HSA account. It is my favorite account because it has triple tax benefits, which means it's all muscle, baby. Let's move on to your 401k. You know this account, you've heard of it, and you probably have one opened already. Now, if you have a job that offers a 401k or an equivalent account, then start contributing to your 401k immediately. But things do get a little more complex with a 401k. Now, let's break this down. If you have student loan debt, start by contributing to your 401k only up to employer match. And that is if you have a lot of student loan debt, meaning over $100,000, $200,000, or $300,000 in student loan debt. You want to focus only on the employer match while you're paying down your student loan debt. So let's go through an example. Let's say you earn $100,000 a year and your employer offers a 3% match. It's pretty conservative. 3% of $100,000 is $3,000. If you put in $3,000 and your employer puts in another $3,000, that's free money. Your employer has to match you, meaning they will give you $3,000 if you put in $3,000. And that's free money. Again, that's $6,000 for you to start your investing journey. And trust me, you want free money. Everybody wants free money. But Sam, what if I'm debt free? Well, if you have zero student loan debt, zero credit card debt, no car loans, then you're in a great place. You can max out your 401k. This means you can put up to $23,000 a year into this account in 2024. That's $1,916 a month every single month. I know it's a lot of money, but that's $23,000 that you're investing to your future self. And now that you've allocated money from your paycheck into this 401k account, you can start selecting fund. With your 401k, you can't choose any fund like you can in a Roth IRA or an HSA account because your employer will give you limited options. Sometimes you'll get one option to choose from, or sometimes they'll give you 3 or 4 mutual funds or index funds. Either way, whichever one you choose, most of the time they're pretty good options because most of these funds are pretty conservative. And if you have 4 options to choose from, then pick the fund with the lowest expense ratio, lowest fees. The fee that I'm talking about is called an expense ratio. If you see that it's under 0.2%, choose that one because the lower fee you pay, the more money you get to keep in your pockets. And essentially you want to have more of the money for you and less for the fees for the investors that's managing the portfolio. So that's really it. It's really that simple. You have to go and pick those funds in your 401k. Now, if you get the job, open the 401k, start contributing money into it, sometimes if you don't do anything, your employer will automatically choose a fund for you. That's not a bad thing, but for me, I personally want to choose my own fund, and I want to make sure you double check and triple check that you're choosing a fund with very low expense ratio. Again, 0.2%. Now, whether you have student loan debt, credit card debt, car loans, or any kind of debt, you want to invest in your Roth IRA and your HSA regardless, high top priority. Now, whether you have student loan debt or no debt at all, you still want to invest in your 401k. But the difference is how aggressive you go with this 401k contribution. So again, if you have a ton of debt, you want to be a little bit more conservative and invest less in your 401k so you can pay off your debt. But if you have no debt, you can be more aggressive and max out your entire 401k at $23,000. Now, these numbers I'm giving you are the numbers for 2024. This may change in 2025 and 2026, but they're usually not that big of a difference, so keep these numbers in mind. Now, obviously, the information in this video is simplified. I didn't go into detail, I didn't explain all the minutiae to you because I don't want you to get stuck in decision fatigue. You don't really need to understand everything. You just need to start somewhere. And the most important thing is to open up these accounts. Open the account, put money into it, and then figure out everything later on. Most people, they never even open an account because they don't know where to start. They're so fearful. But if you just start, you're one step ahead of everybody. You're an investor. And even if you make a small mistake, you still can't lose because you can always go back and change your investing strategy later on. But the goal of this video is for you to just open that damn account and automate those payments. Now, if you have a ton of trouble and you're just so confused, here's what I recommend that you do. You call your brokerage company, Vanguard, Schwab, or Fidelity, and they will gladly walk you through the entire process to set up your investments in a Roth IRA or an HSA. Trust me, I know this because I've been on the phone with Vanguard for 45 minutes straight, just walking me through the entire process of buying my very first index fund. And I made sure that they verified for me that my expense ratio was actually pretty low. And they're actually super friendly. They didn't make me feel stupid, but I did feel stupid after the fact, after the call, because I just said, why didn't I do this earlier? I urge you to start now. You don't need to consume more content. You don't need more research. And if you like more content like this, please let me know. Share the content, send me a DM, a message, let me know how I can help you on this investing journey. I hope this was as simple as possible, and if you have any questions, please reach out and chat. I would love to hear from you. I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye.